Figure I might as well go ahead and get me a good old wake and bake sesh on in this morning. Once again, this is a J that I was smoking on before I went to sleep last night. So I kind of don't remember what I rolled up in here altogether because it was a mixture of stuff. But it's just a little half a clip. Y'all see that? So we getting ready to go ahead and start the sesh off with this. Then I'm gonna go ahead and roll up some fresh flour. Y'all already seen. I pretty much reviewed everything right now that I have in house. This tastes like Zoo Animal Georgia pie. That's a very, very good strain. Let me. I'm gonna get more of this out, to be honest. So if y'all with that, I see Get High Daily. How you doing there, family? Um, you all tapped into the stream yesterday. Then you all know that they did not come to a decision that they talked about or anything inside of Congress yesterday as far as the farm bill goes. So we've been pretty much in limbo for the last 24 hours. What's up there, Tony? My man, Tony. My man, Be Fair. What's up, Be Fair? Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. It's been a little bit. How you doing there, man? Yeah, guys, I'm waiting to see what's up with this farm bill because we in overtime. It looks like the game done took an intermission though. What's up, Alicio? Good to see you this morning. Let me go ahead and man, that is good. That is good. That original iced coffee. Put that motherfucking vanilla and the caramel in there. Thank me later. But guys, let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something. Um, your boy done upgraded. And when I tell you guys, God is good. God is good. Um, I don't want to bring it out here. And I don't feel like going inside, but I'm gonna just tell you guys, man, the boy got a PS5, man. We part of the cool kids now. Boy got a P5 last night. What? Man, God is good. And a monitor. Only 200. What's up, Dakota? Yeah, I got it literally from a friend. They getting ready to not use the game system no more like that because they just got a trucking job over the road. So I was the first person they thought of. I said, "Well, you damn Skippy." And then look, I got the system last night from him. We dapped up. He left, and I made sure I got inside, and I hurried up for you. You know what I'm saying? He might have changed his mind, so I just scurried on in that motherfucker. System in hand, monitor right here. I said, you know what? After I go to bed, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to wake up and see if the motherfucker's still right there. And damn it, the shit's still there. It wasn't a dream. That shit was real. That's a little sidebar there. I had to let y'all know. Hey, it's slowly but surely we coming up, man. We coming up. Got us a new little upgrade, as you guys can see, to our resolution here. More stable stream for the most part. Um, we got a new phone this year. Just got a P5 last night. Those were two things that I was thinking of doing after I fixed my car. I wanted to save up for my engine. Now, it's gonna be so much easier, Jack. So much easier. No more Uber rental cars to do what I need to do. So I ain't gotta pay for no rental just to make some extra money just to use a car. About to get my shit back. Back in action, back moving. Gotta be done. Gotta be done. I'm so happy, guys. Like, y'all have no idea. Because those two things are very expensive. New iPhone, PlayStation 5. I wasn't budgeting for that. You know, for me, I've been investing into myself and just making sure my bills are straight. And when I say investing into myself, I mean doing stuff like I spent money on giveaways. I spent money on different flowers here and there so I can review them for you guys too. Um, that's how I've been investing into myself because I can grow my channel that way, and I can spread the information on who got good flour a lot faster. So because those of y'all that have been around for a while, you already know this about me. But those of y'all that might be new, let me go ahead and fill you in. You know, just being a reviewer, uh, your audience does a lot as far as discount code usages. The company will see that and they will start to send you things because they see, okay, your audience is interested. So let's give you some more stuff to put on your channel. And then you can talk about that. And if people want this, you know what I'm saying? But before and after that fact of it, I do like to go ahead and get things myself here and there from time to time, you know, when I do get paid, because I'm also investing into my channel and I'm not always going to be waiting for a company to send me something. So that's me investing into myself in a way that makes sense. Aside from bills and things like that, right? So the fact that like the P5 and the new phone were blessings, it's just, man, you guys have no idea. It's gonna be so much easier to save for that car engine now, that rebuilt. I'm gonna get my motherfucking wheels back on the road, bro. When I tell you we're gonna be beyond set, son, we're gonna be beyond set, and I'm really gonna start moving different then once I get my car back. Cause see, before when I had it and I appreciated it, and then I started having fun, and I started doing my YouTube channel inside my car. So I felt like I used it wisely, but definitely could have been better about it. Which is why it's out of commission right now. But uh I just said all that to say, man, like even though stuff does get kind of difficult over time, you gotta persevere. Gotta persevere. Blessings will come along the way. And I think when God sees that you're genuinely trying out here in life, then, He will bless you by, giving the people around you like a tap on the shoulder. And they'll have a thought to bless you like that, like how you've blessed them throughout your life. What's up, Canada Wise? How you doing there, family? Fuck, I forgot to text you the other. Damn, my bruh, bruh. That's on me, Slim. That's on me, Canada. I forgot to text you back a couple days ago, brother. I got you. It's early in the morning today. I'm happy you jumped in here. I see Mrs. 76. How you doing there, Mrs. 76? Good morning. Good morning. Hope you and Brian are over there doing well. That you're good. That's good. I don't know if you guys can see it. It started to burn all. You see that? Y'all know we don't like that uneven burn now. Y'all know we can't do that uneven burn. So you're both doing good. That's dope. They're doing well. What you got rolled up? Right now, I just put some of these good old zoo animal Georgia pie smalls inside the J. And now that I've been like just kind of like going through the bag some, um, I think I'm gonna give this one overall. At first, I gave it a 10, like straight up off of work, but I'm going to give it like a 9.5, a 9.5. Now that I've had more of it, and it's not just the first day off work. It's still very, very, very strong shit. But that LA Pop Rocks hits me a little harder than this, just a tad bit. The LA Pop Rock just a little bit harder than the zoo animals, just a tad bit, son. Just right. It's like this. It's like this. It's neck and neck. If I weren't talking about like putting them against each other, I would still give it a very, very high rating like that. But I've been smoking on all three of the ones that they've given me, uh, over the last couple of days. And they've all been consistent as far as strength. But I'm sitting here like, I want to be able to rank these like how I do with most of my packages. Like what would I put above the other one? And I'm going to give this a 9.5 because it doesn't have a couch lock, but it has a very, very strong high about it. The Pop Rocks gives me the couch lock, and I still have both of the effects of head and body. So this I'm gonna give a 9.5, and the Pop Rocks I'm gonna give a 10 for strength because it's literally just right over. You said watching the lives be having me looking about for personal use. Hey man, shit. I'm happy that you seeing some products that you think you would enjoy yourself for real, because I've been enjoying the hell out of them. I'm gonna show you guys the zoo animals again. I'll put a lot of these on this little jar top. Oh shit! A couple fell out on the table. Here we go. I'm gonna do a zoo animals. I see Big Homie jumped in the chat. What's up, Big Homie? Hold on 1 second, guys. There we are. This is the Zoo Animal cross with Georgia Pie Smalls. Let's turn this around a little bit. Yeah. Very, very frosty. Very frosty. Look at the little haze in that motherfucker. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep my hands steady. But it looks really good. That's why, like, when I've been hearing people say stuff over the last few days, I'm like, I really don't know what the fuck they talking about. Because I don't see it on mine. If it's on theirs, then that's their package. I can't speak on their package. But this shit here that I got, yeah, y'all can see two versions of a close up now. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, we really just saying. I can only show you what I get. Like I don't know what else to say about that. You feel me? Um, yeah, that just kind of is what it is. Trash cat. That's what that is. Tony said getting that cinnamon toast crunch latte ready. Is that Dunkin' Donuts flavor? Said rolling some gelato 41 for the wake and bake. Also got some Sunday driver strains saving for later. Where you get them from, big homie? Ooh. Man, I'm getting another strain idea. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm getting another strain idea. I really am. I ain't gonna say what it is just yet. Let me see about this farm bill though. Farm bill 2024. I'm gonna type this in and let that load up for a sec. Let's do search filters today. Yeah, so this is not, they're not saying anything right now. They're not saying anything. Guys, It's all the same reports from yesterday. It's literally 10 o'clock. The news been going on at least for the last couple hours. Their office has been open. You know they be doing shit between 8 o'clock and upwards. A lot of times they open, available, and they ready for reporting. Same thing with the congressional office. You can't have a farm bill stalled out for this long. The thing that I did see though, I didn't see any updates about hemp or TACA. I did see a couple of headlines about people being outraged at the proposal of the current farm bill that they do have. I know that has hemp and TACA included in the outrage, but some of it is about food costs and other programs that they have going on. And I believe that's one of the reasons why they're not able to get a definite farm bill passed at the moment. Not just because of hemp. Hemp is a big part of it, but they're not agreeing on some of the programs that they have in place. The other things I was seeing is the Department of Agriculture. They were meeting with a couple of different states, but I mean, guys, how long have we had the Farm Bill being in 2024 and ending a couple of days ago was uh, the extension expiring? The Farm Bill was supposed to come out again in 2023 because they're 5-year periods. The extension expired. So what do you do after the extension expires and then there's no ruling, no bill, no nothing? What do you do? How do you proceed? They can't just leave this shit up in limbo like this. What's gonna be the next strain? Let's roll some dope. I would put this in a pop rocks at a dead tie, at an actual tie. The zoo animals is slightly less gassy, so I gotta give it to the other two. The Zope has a lot more darker colors on it though, as opposed to the first. Here's the Zope. It's still nice light green. Put some more down. You can see darker hues in there. You can see some little purple pieces as well. But it has a nice frost about it. Like, I'm trying to see, right? There we go. It's not really a big piece, but it pretty much captures everything. It has a purple in there, and that's what the dark leaves are kind of hiding. It's like a blurple. But it's very purple in the breakdown too, along with the light green. There we go. I really want to be able to keep on doing shit like this, so they need to hurry up and just say the farm bill is going to stay the same. And stop dragging this shit the fuck out. At the end of the day, like, it's very, very simple to do. You know that they're probably going to go that direction. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let me do something real quick. Hold on, chat. There we go. My bad. But yeah, a lot of businesses right now were operating still, I guess, under the 2018 version and under their state laws at this point. I got a comment from young KD. Shout out to KD. He said that he's hearing that they're probably just gonna make it so that they make sure you have a license to sell and that nobody under 21 can buy it, which is pretty much how it's supposed to be now. But I will tell you guys, just complete transparency is something I've touched on before. This is why a lot of shops in places like DC or other inner city areas are getting hit and getting raided because they are not licensed to be selling what they're selling. And they're operating and they've gotten cease and desist letters. I'll give you guys one prime example of a shop. And back in the day, I've used this service when it was just the delivery service that I knew about anyway. Supreme Terpene. Supreme Terpene. This is was a vendor in DC. Had a shop, but was on where'sweed.com for my area. And where'sweed.com, if you're at any part in DC, you're gonna see vendors from Southeast, Northeast, Northwest, Southwest, all the quadrants, right? So I just so happened to be at one of my friends' cribs that lived around the U Street area. And Supreme Terpene is not too far from where that is. It was a delivery service, and it seemed like it out of all the rest of the ones that was available at the time, the delivery timing was great. So I was like, fuck it. Let me go and hit them up. And they had some good ass flour too. But in the article that I read, the owner was sent multiple cease and desist letters by the city. They kept operating. And now the building is shut down. They got raided and she got charged. You have to be licensed to do this type of stuff. Now I know there are some places that, like DC, this is where it's kind of like the gray area here and why it's confusing, even for somebody like if I were to try and start a hemp business here. Here's why it doesn't make sense, even for her to be charged. DC has gifting laws. You don't have to have a license to give somebody some weed. You don't. I can give my friend weed and it's just fine. The way that they have it set up is you have to be able to gift the weed to somebody. And if you buy this for like $50, then you get the weed for free. You're buying something else in exchange, you know what I'm saying, for the money instead of you buying the weed. What's up, champ? How you doing there, family? What you smoking on this morning? Um, Yeah, that's why it's kind of a gray area because, like, well, I can have it in my shop and I can give it to people if I want, right? And you don't have to have a license to gift it. So how do you proceed in a business like that? You're not supposed to sell it here. And that goes for weed too. You're not supposed to sell weed. It's recreational use and everything, but it's supposed to be gifted. I mean, marijuana businesses can sell weed, but that's completely different. State dispensaries and gifting, because they have dispensaries and they have gift shops. Two different things. And it's kind of hard for them to justify enforcing the shit that they're doing if they don't make clear distinctions. It's kind of like they're setting people up for failure, which is why I kind of don't understand why they don't just stop fucking around with the law and make it make sense. And if there was ever a time where the issues like this have been highlighted, it's right now. A lot of places are getting raided. The farm bill still hasn't been decided on. If anything, on a national scale, stoners and not stoners can blatantly see they don't know what the fuck they're doing with this shit. And they're just trying to figure out however way they can squeeze every last penny out of this before they allow full legalization and try to exert any little last bit of control they have over the cannabis community before they inevitably have to pass the law to say, you know what, you guys are good. They're just tossing their weight around right now. That's what I think. He said headed to Florida, Purple Punch and GG4 also have a Sprite with the D9. God damn. Shit, how's it smoking there, Brody? And what's up there, Thomas? Said like this guy who doesn't sell shroom liquid culture, he sells collectible cards about shroom varieties that come with see. Yeah, it's a way that they work the law so that you can operate legally, but mm, it's very weird, guys. What's up, music? How you doing? Good to see you in the chat. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, I hope we all get an update today on that farm bill, y'all. I really do. They're really just dragging their feet on this shit. And even though I'm kind of fried, I hope I articulated all that well enough for everybody to understand where I'm going with this. This is so. I'm happy they put this shit back on their menu over there. This shit gas as fuck. Man, shit. I know Champ got the motherfucking GG4 and Purple Punch. What you smoking on over there, music? Thomas. Big homie got some gelato 41. What we all got, man? What's on the menu for us today? Right now, I got Zope and coffee. Just had ice cream cake. That sounds lovely. That sounds lovely. I think for this stream, I'm gonna pretty much stick with these two strains, the zoo animals and the Zope. Tony's dabbing thin mints and moon pants mix. Hey, I see you, big dog. Speaking of which, it's still early enough in the stream. Hey, if anybody in the VSL see this shit, bro, we done got hit up about some dab wars now. Me and my man Tony ready. Tony gonna handle the dad part of this. But what's up, man? Y'all done challenged the brother to a smoke off. And then we got the dab wars. We gotta see what's up, man. So the cereal milk and the creams others I've had, but it's a great mellow high. Is that one that's kind of like, would you say like early evening timers? Or like happy hour? Or would you say like kind of like daytime smoke on the cereal milk? Make some of the moon pants with the pie hole. Well, I was looking last night, guys, and I'm gonna give another shout out to my man Tony. Gotta give a shout out to Tony. Um, he showed me this site, Cali Connected, and it has so many different bongs, rigs, vaporizers, e-nails, just everything, bro. Everything. Literally everything. A lot of different categories, a lot of different pieces, a lot of different devices. Had to give a shout out to my man Tony. Some of them dad rigs look really cool and plenty affordable. So he said grinders, papers, trays, everything. Yeah, everything. It's all up there. Oh, and this is random, but it's also early enough in the stream. Uh, I don't know how the conditions are with Florida. I know it was all over the news for a couple days, right? And everybody's back to Diddy now. But uh, people in Florida with their homes and other states have been hit really hard by that hurricane, and they still dealing with the aftermath. So if you got people around them parts, or if you know people over around them parts, check on them, see what's up with them, make sure they good, make sure they safe. Because I know how stuff is, everything's all the craze, and everybody remembers what's going on, and then okay, we back to Diddy, we back to the presidential debates, we back to check on your folks, man. That was random, but I wanted to make sure I put that in there. But yes, Tony, shout out again to you for that recommendation on Cali Connected. That was great, man. Said J number four. My man, Alicia. I was looking for that. I said, "I man, Alicia go pop in here." J number 67. God damn, son. That shit. Hell yeah. Hey, no bullshit. This one's gonna be burning for a minute because I put a lot in here. This looks kind of compacted and everything, but I easily put a gram in this bitch. But the king size wides are spread out so much and you have so much space to work with, you can really compact that shit. You could probably fit at least a good like 4 or 5 grams in this. At least. I should try to roll a supersized joint. Hey, y'all trying to roll a CJ? Y'all trying to roll a CJ, bro? Speaking of CJ, man, I need to get another smoke sesh with the homie. I see what's up with him. It's been a little bit. Shout out to CJ. Will do it, man. That's the homie right there. Good peoples. Yeah, I think next day we're going. I'm gonna make a super joint. How about that? I think I have enough Hello Mary here to do it. So let's do that. Yeah, I got enough Hello Mary here to do that shit. Let's get these pop rocks. Put this here too. Yeah, next day we're gonna roll a CJ, man. This one about to be crazy. Let me go ahead and start getting this shit together, man. But I bet you I could fit a lot of this in here. It's probably gonna take a lot of funnel though. I tell you that. I'ma layer that shit. I still got all this though, but I kind of want to start prepping this other J because this shit's about to be crazy. CJ running laps with basketball right now. Man, shit. Don't let me uh don't let me play 1-on-1 with CJ. I'ma lock his ass down. Don't let me get a 1-on-1 with CJ, man. Yo, no bullshit. Like in basketball, my defense is like that, bro. My defense go crazy in basketball. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was good at defense and 3-pointers. That was it. Because the coach had fucked up the way I was coming up in my game for real. Because he had no choice, but I was on JV and I was the tallest nigga on the team. But my whole life, I grew up, I was looking at and one, looking at hot sauce, you know what I'm saying? All the fancy tricks. I was playing NBA Street. So I was practicing the ones that wasn't travels, right? And I was working on my handles and shit all the time. Because I looked at a lot of Allen Iverson, Antonio Daniels, Gilbert Arenas gameplay. And I was like, all right, I'm going to see if I could take little elements from each one, right? And Karan Butler, too. Karan Butler was dope. But I was like, I'm going to see if I could take little elements from each one. And then some of the handles and shit that I learned from watching And One as a kid and all the practice that I had. And I'm going to take that to high school with me. Man, why everybody was short? And they put my lanky ass as center. That ain't work out. So I had to stop working on my handles. And then I was like, well, I was too skinny to really be a presence on the inside. So I just focused on stealing the ball, blocking shots. And that was easy because a basketball moves slower than Magneto mix-ups on Marvel 3. Just being honest. That's way slower than having to block Magneto and even use Magneto. So it was easy for me to just play defense. People make fun of gamers, but you get a hand-eye coordination that's not fair to everybody else, especially if you play fast-paced shit. It's a cheat code with life. But shit, if I would have one-on-one with CJ, man, I'm blocking everything, son. Everything. Yeah. Shit, I play the post game now. I got some size to me. I'm only 6 foot, but shit. Shit, if I would have played these days, I definitely had some presence. 1-on-1. All right, so we got the first layer down. First layer down with this. Let's get the funnel. Glad I bought some other one this morning because this was definitely about to run out. Now, the second go round. That one was the LA Pop Rocks. A little bit of soap. Just so you guys can see. I'm rolling something and I got the funnel in that bitch right now. I need to leave this soap alone. Cause this shit's definitely almost dead. I've been killing the shit out of this one. All right. You animals. Garlic cane. I get another Little piece right there. The Jack Walkers making a Shop Hello Mary super joint. It's right here. He said, J number going to sleep. Grind that back up. Yeah, this gonna be a super size J right here. That motherfucker's gonna see me talking about they need to legalize the farm bill. Well, I got a super J in my hand. Like, this is why we need to go ahead and make the farm bill so that hemp doesn't include THCA anymore. We have people like that giving out positive messages and smoking joints at the same time. We can't have that. We can't have that. Oh, shit. There we go. Wow, it's a lot of bud in there. That's a lot. What's up, Nelson? How you doing there, family? This about to be a fat ass J, y'all. And look, you see how much I compacted that down? One, that shows you how fluffy the flower is on breakdown, how fresh that is. But then two, it also shows you how much space I have in this here raw paper. Cool. So I could put some more in there. Let's see. Let's go back for some more LA Pop Rocks. What's up, Dave? What's up, Diesel? Everybody just jumped in, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everybody's having a good time with the Sesh so far. And I know we are all waiting on that farm bill, man. We are all waiting, guys. They're dragging their feet and they haven't said anything. And a lot of people in a lot of states are extremely upset right now. Um, it just, like I said, they keep dragging their feet, bro. And there's a lot of people outside of the hemp world too outside of TACA, outside of, this whole space here, that are relying on them to figure this out, because crops and other programs that they have going on are under this bill, and food distribution could be fucked up because of it. They got to figure out how they're supposed to proceed. So they can't let this go on for too long. Now, I'm in it for the hemp. That's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? But the food is just as important, guys. So this is why they have to go ahead and go ahead and give us that extension so they can figure out and argue about the shit. And it's not going to be affecting the common person. They need to go ahead and do this and stop playing. Seriously. Like I said, it's deeper than hemp. There's food and other programs that's suffering because they can't figure out what the fuck they want to do. All right, this is a supersized J, guys. Let me tell you, I never ever roll J's this size. You said I had no idea Farm Bill affected other things. Yeah, bro. Yeah, all the food and the crops. Because I mean, this is the Department of Agriculture here. This is. I think one of the programs they said was a SNAP program that could be affected by this. And I don't know what their decision is going to be on a whole bunch of this stuff. And it's been more than just TACA that's been at the height of these debates. TACA is just the one that we're focused on because we're stoners. They're going to figure out all the rest of the food stuff. That's above my pay grade there. I'm just in this for the hemp. Go ahead and keep it the way it is there, Congress. Yeah, this is a super J. This is a lot. What's up, Gilgamesh? So off topic, but have you seen the dock workers on strike? Yes. Yes, I have. Stock workers on strike. It's the farm bill. It's having people in a lot of states up in limbo. They got the presidential debate going on right now. Diddy just got arrested, and a lot more footage on stuff is coming out. More people are being connected to his whole uh, case now, and it's looking crazy. You know who they talking about right now? They're talking about J Lo. I said what? But they looking at her right now too. Fuck. And it seemed like they gonna be talking to Justin Bieber. I hope they protect him. I hope he got some really good security right now because he's at the center of all these things as far as celebrities goes. He's the one that everybody knows shit happened to him. And y'all remember what happened to stuff that people that know things about Diddy. Guys, she not the prettiest, but this is crazy, bro. This is actually crazy here. I need to compact this down some. There we go. I wasn't gonna be able to close it off. He's $1 million of baby oil. I mean, million bottles of yeah, I know, bro. She ready. Rolled us a damn CJ. Cheers, chat. I'm gonna get extremely stoned off this and tell them how they need to legalize the farm bill. I mean, how they need to go ahead and keep THCA legal the next 10 years, next two farm bills, mind you, at minimum. At minimum, chat. Has anybody in the chat heard any updates? I know it's been, only what, like an hour since we've been on stream, but hold on. It's so much in the joint that it's hard to pull it. Even with the filter. I burn this bitch some more. There's a lot of butt in there, guys. Let's see. Look at this. I want you guys, you see this? It says, how long ago? That says 2 hours ago, and that's the same report from 2 days ago. They keep recycling this shit. I'm trying to figure out the reason for that. Kansas City area farmers frustrated with delay in passage of Farm Bill 11 hours ago. What does Farm Bill expiration mean? 16 hours ago. Agriculture producers concerned of safety net programs as the Farm Bill, blah, 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 2 hours ago. And then there's something about presidential debate, presidential debate. They're not they're not updating anything for us. And does anybody know any of the news networks that they're going to be hosting the hearings on? Was they trying to keep that shit under wraps so that can't nobody argue against the ruling that they want to make? That's why I think they're doing this. I swear to God, bro. Because to me, it just don't make sense. What's up, Greedo? He said, no updates tacked onto the article if it's just getting reposted as if it was new. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. They're reposting the same things, the same articles from yesterday and a week ago. Literally no word on it at all, guys. And I've been looking. I mean, Google Chrome articles. I've been looking through YouTube shorts and videos, news pages. I haven't seen nothing. Not like little quick checks like I've done here on live because I'm looking to see if they did something recent. I mean, I went digging yesterday. Oh, and by the way, guys, uh I know this is a very weird time to put this in here. But let me tell y'all something. My 31% code is active now at J Liddy's. So while we know about the 2018 Farm Bill and how we've been operating under that motherfucker, if y'all interested in anything at jliddies.com, Carnage 202 takes off 31%, mostly on the main menu. They got different specials on the concentrates. So you can't use my code there, but highly suggest you check those out too. They got $31 gram live hash rising right now. Over the last few years, you can barely find anything since it's all AI filtered. Google used to be good. It is AI filter now, ain't it? You said it passed in May, but it's being enforced November 16th. What's that? And it's finally pulling good. I believe I have a little hole in the back of the J here that I couldn't find, but it's bullet now. What passed in May, Gilgamesh? You said the Farm Bill? Nah, they still. Yesterday was supposed to be the decision on it. They were talking about filing another extension, and honestly, because they filed the first extension, I know that hemp and THCA was a big part of that because they were bruh, hold up, wait a minute, CBD and all this other shit would go away if we were to do this. Oh, hey, let's give it another year. You know that's how it was, bruh, because that was a major moneymaker for them. The House of Agriculture Committee passed the 2024 Farm Bill and Farm Food and National Security Act 2024 and would add new and modify existing statutory definitions related to hemp cultivation and its products and make certain changes to how hemp is regulated by USDA. And that's the thing. It would add USDA regulation to it. Right now, the USDA hasn't touched it. And they haven't touched it because, I mean, honestly, guys, do we want that? Do we really want that? Proposed regulations, if the proposed rules are implemented, when they become effective, products containing more than 0.34% THCA will essentially become non-compliant and illegal. So, and that's the thing. That's why I asked that question. Do we want that? Because they're trying to delegitimize THCA now and kill the industry so that only marijuana can exist. Which is why this is such a battle because everybody can see, oh, you guys are trying to do all this to the hemp market, really? You're trying to do this to the hemp market. Like the same fucking products and effects are not out there for the marijuana market. So the same risk that you're talking about with hemp, you're talking about with weed too. This is why it feels like the industry fighting against each other is trying to kill itself, and it looks like that on a big business scale like this because this is money involved. This is not about the plant. This is about the money. That's what they're going for here. The people in the suits on both sides with their investments on both sides are having a pissing contest, and they're using the government as the referee. So it's a dangerous slippery slope, and all they had to do was come together. That's the one disconnect that really pisses me off in this world. Not gonna lie to you guys. It's like the opportunity is right fucking there, and then you choose the other way, the crash out way. Like why is everybody like that? Instead of building, no, we're gonna tear you down to lift me up. Why do people do that? It's so fucking stupid, bro. I hate that shit. And people do it to each other on a societal level in a whole bunch of different ways too. And this shit even translated over to the damn weed world, where everybody was all peace and love and unity and togetherness and shit. The big wigs got involved, and people at the top of these organizations, the illegal organizations I'm talking about, they done got involved, and then it turned it into something different. That's why we have channels like mine because I'm really trying to change the stigma on this. Now everybody that is in this type of space is in this for, what I'm saying, some dark purpose. trying to cultivate a different culture among my own little space here, my own community. And I hate seeing shit like that. And it even happened between marijuana and hemp. And the fucking plants not fighting each other. It's the goddamn investors. Playing around with people's mental health, having that shit hanging in the balance because of this whole thing. It's not right. So that shit just it bothers me because it's like, man, instead of, hey, let's stop what this guy got going on over here. How about, hey, let's get in on this together. How about we build something and we go forward and both of us are going to benefit. That's how these hearings should have been, because it's investors fighting here using these congressional people as their mouthpieces. Whoever got the biggest wallet is the one who's going to get the representation from that state in my eyes. So the states that have the people backing hemp, they're fighting on that front, and the people fighting on behalf of marijuana fighting on that front, instead of them, hey, look, why don't we just come to terms here? Why is that so hard? It's the same thing, like, if all these wars and shit weren't happening, and I mean, I'm talking about on a global front, whether it's country to country, hood to hood, gang to gang. If all this shit wasn't happening, you understand how dope this planet would be. Even doper than it is now. And this is a beautiful place. This is a beautiful planet. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. But this will be an even better place. And our communities will be able to actually be built. If everybody wasn't so focused on, let me take from you so I could get more. Motherfuckers don't be understanding that's a cycle. You change the cycle and it's different. Let me take from you so I can have everything. Awesome, stupid shit. It's dumb. Because you know what? At some point, somebody gonna do that same shit to you, and you gonna be feeling stupid, dumb in the face. Now you're gonna be talking about, yeah, man, I done did all that, you should have knew the first fucking time. But now that you do know, we can start to build. The cycle can change. Or they respond to it as, oh, I'm gonna be on my get back. And then that cycle, get back, get back, get back, as opposed to, well, hey, how about I come to you? Let's build with each other. That's a different cycle, because I'm gonna build with you. You're gonna build with me. I'm gonna build with you. As opposed to, let me just take from this nigga. Let me just take from this community. Let me just take. Somebody gonna do the same shit to you, bro. It all comes back. It does. And that's why I'm like, these people with these suits, they sitting here, they're playing with a lot of people's lives with this THCA, this marijuana fight. It don't matter, what side wins here. God don't like ugly. So we used to be low key. Nobody knew about in the 80s, 90s, and it wasn't as popular. We smoked, but it wasn't serious. Yeah, it's definitely changed. It's definitely changed. It's got to be a lot more wide scale now, and a lot. My bad. Somebody calling me. Somebody was calling me. Jack. My bad. Say you get the nerves yet? Nah, 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 not yet, not yet. Said we should all be carrying peace pipes instead of guns and smoke each other the proper way and all be zen. I feel that, Tony. I definitely do, because it's like we always talk about, oh, we're the most advanced human civilization has ever been. We're the smartest, and this, that, and the third, and all this other shit. How we so fucking smart and still killing each other over stupid shit? How we still trying to fuck each other over instead of seeing, hey, if we just build, everything will be better. If everybody cultivate their communities, be the change they want to see. Ain't that crazy, Chet? It's literally not that hard. And it's really, there's some bad apples that's making it bad for a lot of people. There's groups of people that are very powerful that literally do not know you, don't give a fuck about you, and would rather you be depopulated. And on a grand scale, they're telling you how to think. And it's like, when they talk about shit like this, they think, to me, it's crazy that people back this type of stuff and they have this type of thinking, because it's like, you're not excluded from them wanting to depopulate you too. Oh, the planet is overcrowded. They think you're part of the problem as well. You think everybody else is just gonna go around you and everything's just gonna be okay. No, no, they think it's you too. And it's like, this is the type of mindset that has been adopted around the world in so many different fashions, to the point where humans themselves are like, yeah, let's bring the numbers of us down. Okay, well, Usually they say with shit like that, you lead by example. Because it's like, well, you're the ones that want it. And it sucks to see that so many people have fallen for that trap because this life is so beautiful. And then for other people, it's not a trap. Sometimes it's a way of survival, living like that, or it's a means to an end, like a job. And it sucks because people that don't care about you don't give a fuck about if you eat today or tomorrow. Don't care about your struggles for real. They're making the decisions around a plant that God gave us. And it's gotten people that use the plant on both sides of the fence here, hemp and marijuana, arguing with each other, fighting against each other. It's also stupid. I mean, but I do understand the gripes of the marijuana side because they have to pay so much for their licensing. They really should have been like, hey, how about hemp and I lobby together to bring our licensing down before they make the decision on how they're going to reclassify and redo things with marijuana and hemp in the future. That would allow both communities to thrive and they wouldn't even be having all this shit going on right now. This farm bill would have been passed had everybody just built with each other instead of being at each other's neck for real. And so many things would have too. And I don't give a fuck if I ruffle feathers by saying this, but gentrification would have definitely not been like how it is in DC had everybody went and built with each other instead of shooting up each other and killing each other. Because I know I grew up here. I was born and raised here. I seen it, especially around Trinidad where I grew up. It was so bad, bruh. Especially during the summertime, like each block had to be locked down, and you was not allowed to come there unless you showed your ID to the police and it showed your address on that motherfucker on that block. Because when I tell you, around the corner from my house, 30 people murdered within the same month, just in my little neighborhood. If we would have spent more time building with each other instead of fighting each other, the hood that I grew up in is still beefing with the hood up the street, Trinidad and 21st. And the whole city done got pushed out around you motherfuckers, and you still on this type shit. It's like you haven't seen the bigger picture already. People that live these lifestyles. You doing all this, and they get the youngins when they in high school, and even before then, cause they older brothers living like that. They older cousins living like that, and they dressing kind of cool. They got the Jordans, they got the nice fancy outfits on and shit like that. So the young kids, they looking up to them. They see the girls, they see the shoes, they see the clothes, right? They give them little money and shit here and there. They grow up to try to be just like them, and that nigga got took out because he was living a lifestyle that's not meant for nobody to be live, as opposed to building with the brothers around them. This mindset has even infiltrated the hemp versus marijuana side of government legalization, and I hate that shit. This city was so busted up and tore up. It had certain spots that was like cool, but we spent a lot of time fucking up this place. Man, y'all should have seen it, especially down gallery. Especially down gallery. Summertime, wintertime, anytime. Niggas is just on that for no fucking reason, just stupid. It's the cool thing to do, I guess. You crash out. Everybody in a rush to go to jail for something. Everybody in a rush to beat up on brothers that look just like them. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. This is why, and it's not the most favorable of all the teachings, but it's one that a lot of people know about. And it had a deeper esoteric meaning than what's on the surface. Everybody took it very literal. But it said to turn the other cheek when somebody would have strike you, to turn the other cheek, because you strike back. It's just a cycle. You fighting fire with fire. The fire's gonna get bigger. You gotta be like water. Water stronger than that shit. Yeah, you got a little bit here. It might not do no damage to you sitting in this bottle, but water can change form. And honestly, if somebody, hits you and you do turn the other cheek, you got momentum to come back and hit their ass with a mean ass hook too. But you ain't really trying to like be on that. I mean, it's like a cycle that you're trying to break. You're not trying to fight fire with fire. Like, and that's been the issue. And so many people is caught up in the cycle of revenge and the cycle of I'ma take from you. They took from me. Instead of like, hold up, we gotta cut this at a halt because it's just gonna keep on getting like this over and over again. More people gonna get hurt. What's up, Jada? Yeah, bad for another bad. Yeah. At some point you do have to stop that cycle, and that's the only way that it could get done. Somebody gotta halt that shit. You know what's crazy? These guys have so much energy for each other. Hood to hood, gang to gang. And it's crazy. You have other gangs that's coming over here and taking over those parts where some of these people is at. You're so unorganized and you're sitting there fighting each other. Some other gangs done came up over here inside the country and all this, mass migration. And they don't went to some places, even in Chicago. That was on the news. And started taking over places. The nigga Butter was talking about that shit in an interview. You got these people coming over here, they organize, they together, they solid with each other. I'm not promoting like gang shit, but bro, like I'm saying as a whole, I'm talking about my people right here. Um, you know, say whatever you want, light skin, blah blah blah. I don't give a fuck about that. I ain't brainwashed to be divided like y'all motherfuckers anyway. But I'm talking about, my folks. People we so divided amongst each other that we not seeing a bigger picture. Everybody like, We need to come together. These different hoods, these different factions, these different gangs, these different sets, they have it backwards where they're like all fighting each other instead of that being like, hey, as black people, this would be like our military force. These would be our soldiers because they don't fear death. Obviously, they making music about it and bragging about it, and some of them find it funny when they get in shootouts and they see the other person scared. Like they built for this type shit. But we fighting against each other instead of coming together, man. Like only thing they fighting for is revenge and more money. It's like you guys don't actually have a goal. And I'm not saying you need to have a goal to kill each other. I'm saying like, you have all these numbers, all this force, all this type of energy. Why are we not using it for something that's positive? We all talking about how we hate how things are societally. We got numbers too. Why we don't all just build with each other, man? Instead of us hearing, hey, such and such got shot up. Y'all heard that joint, especially that one year Memorial Day weekend. What was it, like 70 something people done got sprayed up in Chicago just that weekend? Why we living like that, bruh? That's a whole entire military force killing each other off. And y'all see what's happening on the home front with the news. Y'all seeing like, stuff is ramping up with these other countries. I'm gonna put the question out there too, especially right now. Black folks, what we gonna do when the shit come over here? What we gonna do? Whose side we gonna take? Cause we know the conditions that we came up over here under. We done had the slavery. We done had the Jim Crow era. We done had the civil rights battle. The fact that it's civil rights. The fact that it had to be titled that for us to be considered civilized beings, mind you. Anyway, um, even being able to drink out of the same water fountains and shit. But y- we went through a lot of shit here, and it's crazy that as much as we all know we went through here, we're putting each other through equally as toxic shit, killing each other. Why are we continuing that? These motherfuckers did it to us first. Come on, man. Like, so when the shit does hit the fan, where we gonna go? Whose side we gonna take? What we supposed to do? How we gonna proceed? We gonna fight for home, or we gonna join the other side because they done fucked us over here so bad, and people still trying to justify it. What we gonna do? And it's crazy. From different nations, different people are coming here, and they have a sense of togetherness, and we still scrambling around, worried about Diddy, worried about celebrity gossip, worried about the next pair of Jordans, worried about the next come up. We don't have a shred of solidarity between us. Let me ask y'all something. Let me ask y'all something. Now, God has blessed me with people that do have solidarity. around me. But I'm not everybody, and I'm speaking as a general sense here. Um, how many people out there have a certain craft, certain skill, or a certain talent, or something that they're trying to do outside of just 9 to 5? Let's say you have a stream. Let's say you have a rap career. Let's say you have art that you do. Let's say you act. Let's say you do photography. Let's say you have any kind of craft, right? How many of those people that are your supporters are actually people that's around you? Something as minuscule as that. And how many people do you know that you support that's around you with what they do? How many? So too lifted. How you doing that family? And Dakota, I don't know if I spoke to you earlier, but what's up, Dakota? So what's up, the farm bill? They haven't given us an update. There's been no update on the farm bill at all. But I'm just going over the fact that, as a whole, I think as people, and even as, marijuana and hemp are fighting each other, I'm going over the fact that why haven't we built on top of each other instead of going head to head or trying to take from each other? And the reason I brought up the fact that, like, hey, how many of you all out there that you do have a craft, you do something else outside of, your 9 to 5, like you're trying to actually do something with one of your skills or your passions. How many people around you support you? How many people around you that do have things like that going on do you support? The reason I ask that is because that's the base level. That's the base level. Something as small as that. Hey man, could you check this out? This one video I did, I put a lot of work into it. You know what I'm saying? Or hey, I wrote this song. Could you give this a listen? Hey, I made this drawing and I put it on a short on IG. Could you give it a look see? You know what I'm saying? Something like that can, I mean, at a base level, building on top of each other. That's one thing to do. One problem that we always talk about, especially in our communities, we talk about, hey man, they got us all set up to fail. They got these liquor stores on every corner. They got the lottery everywhere. They got the this, they got the that, and they got the fast food joints all over the place, and it's set up to make you take your money away. And it's like, well, who's going in there to buy it? You are. You're literally going in there, right? Oh well, they got the Chinese carry out, they got the Arabs with the gas station, they got the Ethiopian corner stores, they got, well, when's the last time you set out to look for a black owned business? You When's the last time you set out to support somebody of your own? And I'm not saying you need to only do that because it's a race thing, but if we're talking about support here, uh, what I see a lot of times when, and I'm gonna use Hispanic people because I've seen it a lot, and especially here recently, the gentrification went from white to Spanish, and the way they move different. They get in a job, and they figure out a way to bring a whole bunch of their people on because they're looking for work when they get here. When they go out to eat, they go out to restaurants that are like, stuff back home. Taquerias, they go to these chicken places that are, Hispanic owned. They have their own kind of restaurants and they put money back into the business owners of their own community that way. Like they're, they people make jokes about this all the time, but they coming over here, they don't know the language. They go and they get like a two bedroom apartment and it'd be like 6, 7 of them in there, all sharing the rent. They all working, whatever job they work, and they're putting money into everything. One thing that I learned when I was working at the National Harbor in the hotel, my African coworkers, they did something called money circles. And what that is basically, each week, everybody gets the lump sum, but everybody puts in for the pot each week as well. So what they did was they set it for 300 a week. So every week for about 8 of them, $300 went to the pot. One person out the 8 got the full pot. And then the next week, the next person, the next week, the next person, the next week, the next person. They would do stuff like that, especially with overtime, like hard work, togetherness, solidarity, coming together. In the hoods I've seen, we go in there, we're fighting each other, killing each other. And the ways that we're employing ourselves are not the safest. We on the block. You dodging other niggas' territory and you dodging police. Um, and then, you got the hood fights. This hood want to beef with that hood. You're not paying attention in school. You going to school with some of the same hoods that you beefing with. You ain't really planning on doing nothing with the information that you learn from school. A lot of people around you getting you to crash out and you falling into it. And that's what I saw all over the place. And, it was cool to be around, while you young. And then if you smart, you get away from those people before you do something you ain't really supposed to do. Speaking from experience. Making a decision that you're not supposed to make that could cost you a lot. A lot of time you can't get back. A lot of people fall into that trap and they live that lifestyle. Sometimes they get away with things and they keep doing it. And that lifestyle has brought a lot of destruction. And we're sitting here wondering, well, why haven't we gotten ahead? And I'm just talking about from my city, talking about from what I've seen growing up with a lot of people. And it's like, we've been given a gift. And the gift is having control of your own mind. Shout out to Napoleon Hill. Listen to Think and Grow Rich if you haven't already. It's a great lecture. I prefer watching the original lecture on YouTube. But having control of your own mind and having your body and mind in alignment is a gift from the creator. And if utilized correctly, you can achieve what you want. You don't have to live like that. You don't have to be that way. The world's much bigger than that. But if you have it in your spirit to be aggressive, to be a fighter, to be a soldier, then do that. but don't take your own people out, because the same people that justify that lifestyle, that live like that you know, you also talk about, oh, I hate racism, I hate this, and you're literally killing your own kind. They're saying bad stuff about you. You're literally doing the job that they want to do for them. You have to think about that. Combating racism is building with your brother, and flat out that, just nothing else. Combating the government trying to take away nationwide hemp and being able to have nationwide marijuana. Same concept. If they were to build on top of each other, then they'd be able to combat that. Both sides would be able to make the money that they want to make. All of you investors would be able to eat, because you have your customer bases already. And people on the marijuana side, you have people that are waiting in different states to be able to have your shit federally legal. You should have got with hemp on that. We're already here. Instead of trying to delegitimize one, you should have been like, hey, we've been here first. Legitimize us too. Because all the CBD and the altnoids, they're what marijuana, they were trying to be what marijuana is. Like they give effects not as strong as marijuana. The CBD, the delta 8, the HHC, right? Those are cannabinoids in the plant that we've gotten to enjoy over time for a bit, but they're not the same level as marijuana. We haven't been smoking those like how we smoke that other shit, because marijuana was here first. Why didn't you guys get together and be like, hey, we see their licensing is like this, bring ours down here too. And on the hemp side, we could have lobbied for that. Hey, they already went through a whole bunch of the shit. It's like, hemp is the little brother in all this. Let's be real about it. Hemp is the little brother, because the big brother was weed. That shit was here first. That shit was here first. And that had all the stigma around it. That had all the stipulations. That had all the FUD and everything. And it's been through it. That's the big brother. Little brother is a little bit more spoiled, and he get away with a little bit more because the parents saw how hard they was on the big brother. So now the little brother coming up, they got a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying? And now the big brother mad at the little brother. This is the best analogy I can put it, as opposed to both of the brothers coming together. Instead of doing this, come together and make something great. Isaac and Ishmael fighting to this day. So many different concepts. Naruto and Sasuke, just light and dark. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Like, for some reason, there's that disconnect. You look at the yin yang symbol, it's a mirror of each other, separated by a line. What if that line wasn't there? How dope would the image be? And fuck it, I'll say it too. Science and religion. You're supposed to put those together. And then you can actually get the whole entire picture. Oops. Could you imagine the scientific study of spiritual concepts? All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I might be getting a little bit too deep here, guy. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. My bad. So the smoke is great. The smoke is great. The Zopin. I think it's time for a dab. I think it's time for a dab. Might have said too much. Time to change the subject. Man, I don't want to get in trouble for that one. I don't want to get in trouble down the road for that one. Man, doesn't matter what level you want, you know they watching. The scientific study of spiritual practices, could you imagine? In truth, though, the entirety of the truth. Could you imagine? I bet that's what they have hidden from us, and I bet that's why they had both of those communities fighting so hard against each other too, to delegitimize each other. A lot of people fell for it. I'm sorry. God damn it. It's time for the dab. Time for the dab, guys. Time for the dab. Time for the dab. I think we're gonna put this one in a bamboo this time, Miss J. Uh, yeah. So the weather's been great, and somebody help me change the subject. So, how about them Cowboys? Huh? The damn Cowboys and oh man, good God Almighty! I shouldn't have put this on the Farm Bill video. Might gotta change that title later and make this unlisted. Whew, we started cooking. See, this is why I say, man, at some point I am gonna do another platform and do the different kind of rabbit hole kind of content. But that's not gonna be on YouTube. That's gonna be different shit there. Cause man, let me tell you, it's crazy out here. So it's time to do a dab, Jay. He said, "What about the dab?" Getting ready to put some of this here. Great papa. It smells good from here, guys. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put some of that on in. Oh, good. These guys came back and helped me change the subject, so I don't get in trouble by the by these people. So uh, he said these folks talking about power might be over there till Saturday. Damn! Wow, man. I hope you get it back soon, bro. I know it's been kind of rough over there. I'm hoping that you just able to persevere. How you been charging your phone? It's already been a week. Damn, man. I feel for you, dog. Like really though. Like, are you okay? Seriously, everything good? Man says it's been a week. Shit. I hope in all this I hope in all this craziness you've been able to, at least get a J or two in. Said in the library, buy another pizza and fast food. Hey man, that's that's how I gotta be. You're gonna be tired of fast food after Saturday get here though. But hey, that's getting you through. I hope you got that McDonald's app and the Dunkin' Donuts app and the Taco Bell app. Cause if y'all don't know, if you are not using apps when you go to these fast food places, you are screwing yourself. I can't get you a discount code there using Carners 202, but there's definitely discounts to be had. And it saves money, let me tell you. And you can rack up points and get free shit on top of that. Taco Bell, McDonald's, uh shit, they got a Wendy's app, a Burger King. Like, really, guys, in the clutch times, especially when you like if you ain't got no money and you done racked up some points, while you was good, you can get you a free Big Mac. hmm I don't, especially if it's in your area, I don't recommend using your points on the free iced coffee. Let me tell you why. Because at a certain time of day, they're $1. If you don't have the dollar, I do understand, but uh, a lot of times between a certain time of morning, iced coffee any size is $1 on McDonald's app. So, um, Dunkin' Donuts, you can get some free shit on their app. It's one reason why I frequent Dunkin' Donuts. Like, you build up points and they have discounted shit. So in those clutch times, people, and even when it's not clutch times, use the app before you go to these fast food spots. I know I gave you guys little cheat codes and shit like that on ways to save on flour, and we've gotten some bamboos in the mail, even though they missing a set of 8. Uh, I've been showing you guys ways to save money and shit like that on smoke, but even on something as like small as that, like fast food apps, it's a great way to save money if you do frequent those spots. Because every little bit counts in this economy. Let me tell you, every little bit counts. That's why I'm so heavy on like pushing discount codes and shit like that. That's one reason. Other reason, I can do a lot of cool shit with you guys after. What's up, Thomas? Said don't want to waste your money on a Baja Blast gelato at Taco Bell, mid flavor, but costs more than a pint of Ben and Jerry's for less than. See, so they selling the budget bud as exotic at Taco Bell for that Baja Blast. They're trying to sell you greenhouse as indoor. I got you. I can't do that. But I do like their value menu though. Their value menu is unbeatable. You get a goddamn burrito for $1 and some change. What happened? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Biolab burned diesel. What? Biolab in Georgia. What's up with that? That's different. And I still can't find my dab tool, guys. Like that shit's starting to piss me off now. Where the fuck my shit at? Let me see. I dropped it somewhere. And it hasn't shown back up. There we go. I'm gonna use this. Wow, that's sticky. Said it was big. Same thing most dispensaries do on the East Coast. What's that? So it's like the whole Georgia fucked up, ready to move. Damn. So was this? This is grape papaya, hash rosin. This was part of my Hello Mary haul, the last one. Got the Zope, got the Zoo Animal Georgia pie, got the LA Pop Rocks, and then this. He says so. Greenhouse is exotic. Oh shit. Well, that I wouldn't know. That I wouldn't know. Uh, I do know one of them that did that though, and let me tell you, it wasn't in greenhouse, bro. That shit was straight up CBD, and they put it in a Gary Payton cookies bag. Yep, real shit. When I tell you, I was highly upset. And then guess how much it came up to after they dispo tax and sales tax, and because I was using a debit card tax. Guess how much that shit came up to, bro? Guess how much? $58. Yep. And when I first ordered it, shit said $49.99 for the 3.5. So I was like, all right. Say, I already know what I'm. See, for yep, for an eighth, for an eighth. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Over and over again, because The total on the cash register came up to 55. I was like, okay, well, I had 56 on my card that I transferred over because I had got paid, but I put it on a different card for that transaction. You know how you got Apple Pay and you could just like move your money and shit. So basically, I was like, all right, well, I put 56 on this motherfucker and that says 55. He was like, well, it says decline because it's not enough. I said, fam. And I showed him my phone. I said, you see what this says right here, right? He was like, I see it, but on this end it says. And I said, so how about we actually break down what's going on here? He said, well, there is a tax for you using a card, and then the store has a tax too. So try 60. I put 62 in my joint. The transaction came out to be 59.99. So 58 bucks before the debit card charge. Like it just kept going up and up and up and up. And because I was like, there's a long line of people right here. Let me just go ahead, clear this transaction so I don't look all dumb and shit and walk out of here with nothing, even though I didn't even want the shit at that point. I got outside, I cracked the seal on it, no smell. This was a dispensary at Tacoma Park. I had went up there. Um I forgot why I went all the way up there. But yeah, like oh, because I forgot I was well, I used to live in Hyattsville and I used to be, riding around that area sometimes. And I would see that dispensary and I never went in there. I used all the other weed delivery services and I went to different pop-up shops over time, but I never went in that dispensary. That was a Maryland dispo. And at the time you needed to just be a medical patient. They didn't have recreational. So I never really went in there. Right. But Maryland recreational now, so I'm like, well, fuck it. Let me go all the way back up there, see what's up with them. That was my one experience, and I am never going back. You're tacking on all those charges, and then, I mean, you could pop the bag and replace the bud, and I think that's what some of the workers did there because I just got some London Cello from Cookies out of a different smoke shop, and it was gas as fuck. Like this shit is fucking gas, bro. Where I got it at? Where I put this motherfucker? Right here. This. I still got a couple pieces left of it, but this is cookie flour too, and I got it out of a smoke shop. And that area, to be honest, I was not expecting really much of anything good, but it was actually dope. So I know that at that dispensary, uh, the workers are probably doing some shisty shit, and I'm not going back up there. Plus, they're overcharging for flour. You can't do that. I'm actually good on that shit. Especially with all the options we have now. No, I'm good. I don't give a fuck if it's same day. Like that's the last place I will go to for flour ever again in my life. You say you'll see eighth on the menu for 25. Total rings up to 38 because of sales tax, local tax, back to Telegram. See what I'm saying? Now I get well online, like you already know there's gonna be a shipping thing, right? There's some places that, give you discounts like the places I know about. And there's also other places that have special rates for people and exclusive memberships. Uh to be honest, I'll give you guys a prime example. Well, I'll give you two of them. Diesel Dispensary has an exclusive membership on their site, and Jay Liddy's is also gonna have an exclusive membership for their storefront, and it can be bought online too. So because they're going from just online to actually having both. You see what I'm saying? So some places do got, exclusive shit like that. But online is definitely, it's cheaper in my opinion. But if you can't get an exclusive membership, a lot of times you will get like a special price. And certain dispensaries do have that. So you ever heard of light deprivation bud? They do that in NY. Yeah, they do that all over. Uh Light deprivation, light assisted, because that's essentially uh like the light assisted is pretty much greenhouse but using indoor grown methods in the greenhouse too. Like you're using the extra light. Wow, I still have some dab on my finger. I had no idea that much was on there. I'm not gonna put it back in the jar. Edible how it is. Fuck it. Said, would she still stay there and see what it put up on Liddy? I'm gonna pull up on Liddy too. I'm sorry, but we have to smoke a J together. Like it's mandatory. When I go down there and I see folks, I want to, if other people that I've interacted with down there too, I'd love to smoke a J with them as well. But to be honest, I really like I need to share a joint with Liddy. Like we need to have an actual like, hey, we passing this J back and forth, man. Or some real shit. You say you pull up two, but it's an 8 hour drive just to get out of Texas. Wow, Texas is a huge state. Huge state. Yeah. I'm sorry, it has to happen. I mean, he's somebody I got a lot of respect for. And outside of like, stuff with like, discount codes and the Carnage box, like he's cool as shit. Like just being able to talk to him and shit over time and, having meetings and shit. Like he cool as fuck. What's up, Prolific? What you smoking on with us this morning? Oh, we getting to the dad part of this. I can tell by how thick the smoke is getting. Y'all could probably see it too right in there. So it just got up. Ah, okay. Man, it's definitely time. It's a good old wake and bake. I mean, 12 o'clock for me. So now I guess it's afternoon smoke, but hope you roll up something with us there, family. Y'all smoking on right now? I put together a fat ass roach, Jay. And I put some of this here great papaya rosin in there. Cover that up and keep that fresh. But yeah, good old great papaya from Hello Murray. For this sesh, I made a super joint. It had garlic cane, Jack Walker, Zoo Animal, Georgia Pies, Oat, LA Pop Rocks, and what else? I think that was it. I put a little bit of all my smalls in there. Katie says smoking Gushmans with Pluto Kush. That sounds good. I actually I have a review package coming from Liddy on the way, and Gush Mints was one of the strains that I wanted to talk about. Gush Mints, permanent marker, and duct tape. Also, your boy venturing out there, man, honey, getting a blueberry flavor. So that shit gonna be dope. I should try that with a mix of all my like really heavy hitting shit and a dab. So permanent marker terpy as fuck. Man, say less. I put it. That one, that one, and the well, really all three of those I was curious about because I've had Gush mints from him in the past. This was a few months ago before I got affiliated with him, and I want to see if it's hitting around that same level because I really like that Gush mints, and that's a super. I know the indoors of the exotics, man. Sometimes I feel like they could be like interchangeable because some of them supers just as good as the exotics. Like that rainbow fritters was a super. I still got dab on my hands. Not wasting that. That grape papaya is very sticky. Very, very sticky. But now that I've been smoking hash rosin inside of joints and I know how to funnel them correctly, I don't always cough off them as hard as I used to when I used to put it in the J. But I just love adding a concentrate to it, even if it's strong already. Like it's really good to smoke together. That Pluto Kush sold out too. And I was thinking like, man, I wanted to get into Jay's Premium Plus side of the menu because I haven't had the Premium Pluses yet. And I know some of those are light assisted and light depths. When does the 31% deal end? At the end of October. So if you guys were looking at something on the main menu to try, or if you were looking at weekly deals, jliddies.com, my code takes off 31% for the entirety of October. So when I tell you guys, it's actually going to be crazy. Them weekly deals about to get bought the fuck up. I already know it. I already know it. That's it. I don't want to say it's a given, but like you guys be fucking them weekly deals up as it is now. But 31%, I remember how it was when it was 28. You guys were going crazy on the menu, bro. Every time I look up that bitch, every other day, sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. Not to throw shade, but it's just as sold out as handcrafted is every time I try to look up there to see about trying something on the menu. Handcrafted. Anyway. It might cost them $31 2G resin. Yeah, they do have the deals on the resin right now too. Um, he already has them discounted, so for the concentrates and things of that nature, you can't use my discount code there. But the concentrate menu is on sale as well. So if you guys were thinking about trying anything out, or if you're one of those people that likes to, if you like budget flour, or if you like, if you want to get a lot for a little bit and you still like to get some concentrates, uh, I'm suggesting Premium Plus. I heard the supersonic, or oh man, I'm gonna say before I'm able to get it, but I heard the supersonic Oreos was gonna be pretty cool for one of the Premium Pluses. So uh, I heard the genetics for that one is a Gary Payton cross. So if you like to get like stuff more on the budget end, J Liddy's weekly deals, Carnage 202 on any one of those, I would highly suggest that one. If you're gonna go Premium Plus, if you're gonna get something in the exotic range, if he has a white truffle up there, highly suggesting that. One that I'm looking at right now, and it's really because of the terps. Chocolato, come on, bro. Come on, bro. And then 31% off. What the fuck? Yeah, that's. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's actually crazy. For a zip of that, that's actually crazy, bro. It's like $46 off the zip. I bet the zip's like what, 99 after shipping. After code. Before code, this shit 150. And that's even a good price for a zip like that because his supers are indoors. And if the LCG is the same as I remember it, that's a steal too. I'm mad that the peanut butter gelato got sold out. But Chocolato, instead of peanut butter gelato, was it like chocolate OG and gelato crossed? I gotta see what that's about. I might ask him to save me one. Definitely will. I gotta see what's up with that chocolato, bro. Cause there's chocolate in there. I need that. I like chocolate women. I like chocolate terps. I like chocolate in my coffee. Hot chocolate's good. Chocolate's just a great thing, bro. For a bamboo, I'm surprised this has burned as long as it has. Seriously. It's 12 o'clock. Let's check and see if there's any updates. What's up, Steve? How you doing, family? And Thomas said, "What's up with the K3 box? To be continued." I gotta I have to go over that with Jay at some point. Let me do my search filters. Looks like Kenya is going through the same thing. Agriculture bill. Mosquito boundaries. The fuck? Yeah, there's literally nothing here. Budget hasn't passed. Keep talking about extension of a year. It's not going to be permitted. It's going to be put into the extension. So, hold on.
Part of the farm bill. They keep moving the finish, just keep pushing it back. The budget hasn't passed, and they talked about putting a farm bill extension of a year in there, which would have created just a further, I guess, kick, if you will. But now they're saying it's not going to be permitted. It's not going to be put into the extension. So that's actually a good thing for us. So while we say it's kind of hard to predict what's going to happen, we anticipate with the election, Republicans gaining a majority in the Senate. This is all just speculation, so don't hold us to anything, to the number. And then holding majority, basically, there's a lot of Democrats up for re-election. And if this happens, the House will remain Republican, and we feel really good based on our relationships developed working with Senator Boozman and Congressman G.T. Thompson to pass preemption next year. I think everybody knows.
Preemption. Preemption for what though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So they let the bill expire, yeah. And so, from what it seems like, everybody's just like I said before, gonna just keep operating under the farm bill that we know that's been in place for the last few years, because that's the only thing that anybody can do. You guys think they're gonna drag their feet till the end of the year on this, or do you guys think that this is gonna be something handled this week? Because it seems like they cannot reach a decision and they haven't even discussed this in a public forum. There's people patiently waiting and anxious and have been looking at this looming date for over a year now. And the fact that they haven't even thought to give us at least a statement saying, hey guys, we're working on this, we're in our discussions right now. Give us till the end of day to come out with what we think the proper protocols are going to be going forward. They haven't done that. And that's troubling for a lot of people. Again, not just for hemp, but for people that's relying on the farm bill for different stuff regarding food and things of that nature. And the SNAP program, for example. Steve said, think we're good for sure. Katie said they're not going to ban it. I'm on your side with that, Brody. I'm hoping and praying that they keep things the way they have been and that they don't try to kill the hemp industry, or at least this side of it. Because there's an argument, oh, well, this was supposed to be for textile use. And I've covered that before, and I highly agree. It's supposed to be for textile use. Beauty of this plant is that it's a gift from God, and it has multiple purposes, as you all can see. Multiple ways to use it. So you see the amount of money that is brought in. Why don't you all focus on the other side yourselves with the textile shit? And let us be while we over here. Like, people are trying to build with each other and people are trying to change their lives. People have changed their lives and people have cultivated relationships in a positive way. And I think the entirety of the country can see that this is just a money battle and it has nothing to do with the betterment of the society overall. From your standpoint, we see the benefits of the plant. And honestly speaking, you know, this has been a very, very beneficial thing for a lot of people's mental health. Just for my channel, I know we're able to have these sessions. A lot of people in a lot of different areas. Overall, you guys have seen people from different countries come in here. People in here at the moment are in here in different states. Everybody in here probably has a different outlook on life, different lifestyles, right? There's so many people that's here, and a lot of people don't have a way to get something like this without putting themselves in danger, without going to bad areas, without, you know what I'm saying? Like, dealing with people that might be kind of shady, might be getting skimped on their bag, or might, you know, have an unfortunate situation happen to them on their way back from the plug's house, whether it be police or people that was eyeing them up on the way in the door. Because of hemp, we've been able to change that and mitigate a lot of those situations. Because of that, those situations that people would have gotten into in the last few years, they haven't gotten into. Their lives have been preserved. Their peace has been preserved. They're not thinking about all that when they're trying to ban this, when they're trying to take this away. What they're thinking of is, how can I squeeze more tax revenue out these motherfuckers? And you know what? I'm going to make them look as bad as I can, because you know what? I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. And the other side of marijuana has been like, you know what? They've been beating us up for so long, the government. How about we side with them and then push these guys down, and then they're going to give us what we want over here? Siding with the aggressor that's been putting you down this entire time and still has the chains around your neck, as opposed to you seeing your little brother that's free and then reaching out to him. And then both of you all combining yourself together to release those chains and those stipulations, because so much more research has been done into the plant since the legalization of hemp and legalization of marijuana in different states. So much research over time. Why can't you just come together instead of, and even on the hemp side, and because I'm irritated about that, the marijuana side has been trying to delegitimize hemp. I poked a little bit at the bear myself, fed into the bullshit. But I don't want to see anything bad happen with marijuana either. So the people that do have those dispensaries and those companies that did get caught up with all those pesticides, you know, just tighten up, man. Real shit. I want to see you win too, because I want to try your brains as well. If you're, on the up and up, because you have been for a long time for a lot of people. So I want to keep the party going. You know what I mean? But it got to be together, man. It got to be together. Instead of them, hey, we're thinking about banning THCA. How about we thinking about federalizing marijuana as a whole? Let's worry about the other stuff after that. This has been too long, and you guys already have regulations set up. Have it like alcohol, man, and just make sure it's not in the same strips as people's, you know, daycare and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that part of it. Like, you don't want to be sitting there and you got, like, you know, a preschool right there, and then you have literally like three dispensaries on the same block. You don't want to have that. I get that. And the packaging does not need to be marketed for kids. I don't think it is already, but we have to make the packaging more professional over time. Um, I don't know, that's just my take on it, because like if you were to put like Fred Flintstone or the Captain Crunch guy on, your bags, then I get why they would say it would be marketed for kids, because that's what you put on cereal. I get it, right? I do. I get it, fine. But That's not a difficult thing to change. There's so many other images of so many other things that can be put on the package. That's literally not an issue. That's just okay, make that a law and then let us proceed how we have been because the thing is this stuff is 21 plus. For anybody out there that's under 21 that might have found my channel, there's already an age restriction on this and you should not be here. So if you try to do something that you shouldn't, then that's on you. And if you are trying to do something like that, I don't fuck with you. You're not cool. You need to be a certain age to be in here partaking in hemp because that's the law. I'm trying to do this straight legal. I don't want to do none of that, other way because it's too much risk that comes with that. And I don't want to live like that. And I don't want to be looking over my shoulder and anxious, looking at ops and shit. You feel me? Like I don't want to deal with none of that, bro. Like you have to be a certain age to be here partaking in this type of stuff. Now, if it's something different, like if I'm doing gaming content, then cool. But if you're trying to do something that's going to give these people a leg to stand on to ban what we all have going on here, then I don't like that because you're fucking it up for me and then you're going to fuck it up for you and everybody else. So you have to be of a certain age if you're going to be partaking in any of these companies. I don't want them to have a leg to stand on when they talking about, oh, well, we want to ban CACA because blah, 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 blah. No, they talking about stuff being marketed for kids. This shit ain't marketed for kids. I know I'm saying that with an anime shirt on, but anime ain't for kids all the way neither. On some real shit. And y'all know a lot of anime has a lot of different tones of actual real life scenarios and stuff that's like, world history type shit that's very impactful. Some of that stuff really ain't for no children. It's for adults. And I'm not talking about no hentai shit. For anybody, you know, I'm talking about like the actual animes with the real life scenarios. I'm saying that with this on, and I don't give a shit. Anime is different. This stuff ain't for kids. This smoking shit, and a lot of people that smoke do look at anime. It just kind of is what it is. But you cannot be here if you are under 21. I didn't recommend anybody under 21 shit ever. Nope. Fuck that, bro. I really I can't stand shit like that. And there's some people out there that do be trying to like, get around the system. And if you one of those people, that shit not cool, bro. Like you keep that for, the other side, the black market side. They already doing shit they ain't supposed to do over there anyway. Don't come over here in the hemp shit and try to fuck us up. I know people younger ages be, getting into their parents' stashes with alcohol and shit like that, and that's been a problem over the years. And you don't see the government sitting there trying to ban that shit, do you? Nah, that shit's everywhere. You can buy it in some gas stations in some states. Ice cold brews. Jack Daniels too, and a fireball shot right at the counter. I'm not trying to shit on alcohol. I'm just saying, like, people know that this is for adults, and it's widely accepted still. We're in a day and time where cannabis and hemp overall have been accepted. Now, how we go about it, like I said, we got to keep being the change we want to see. That's the way. That's the way that we can keep helping move this thing forward. And it's been a lot of you guys that have come to my channel over the last few years. And by you just being you, you've helped the cause. In this channel, we've been able to come here. I used to do early smoke sessions, starting at like 7 a.m. Early morning, getting it. Starting everybody day off right. A lot of people is getting ready to get up and go to work. A lot of people have a morning session before they go to work. And I think it's cool to be able to have a dope ass message and a good vibe with a community before you do go into the place. Let's hit some LA pop rocks. And it's like, well, would you look at that? A lot of people in the chat like, yeah, man, I worked overnight just getting home. Or hey man, getting ready to get ready for work. I'm gonna blaze one up with you. Hey, getting ready to start my office job or my remote job, sorry. And we getting ready to have you in the background, hit a J, get to work. We read these things over time in the chat. And it's everyday life for some people. For a lot of people. For me, I'm looking at it like, okay, another W, another W. Hey man, just finished the video today. Oh, really? Another W. Hey man, just put a song out. If y'all don't know, shout out to Young KD. He's in the chat right now. He produces beats. He makes music as well. Big Seven Smokes. He also does raps. And over time, if y'all look at his channel or their channels, I mean, you can check out their music. Big Seven is going to be putting his music in his reviews. KD got beats on his channel now. What I say earlier, guys, you should support the people around you, man. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people with a lot of different skills. Tony be coming in here every day. He be blazing up with us. He be here for most of the stream, but every day he get up, hey, if it's a wake and bake, hey, Karn, getting ready to go ahead and take my pops to treatment. Jump back in later if I stream that day. Hey, man, just came back picking my pops up. You know what I'm saying? Now we good. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of family, taking care of business. You know what I'm saying? Like, just changing the whole stigma on who stoners are, what we do. I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm going to sound like a broken fucking record, but that's one of the missions that I had for this channel. And there's been a lot of people in here that have been inspired to really start getting their shit together too over time. Whether they still using the plant along with their journey, or if they decided to not smoke to be able to get a job that they want. Sometimes we all got to get on story mode. Just speaking for me personally, this channel is part of mine. They say a lot of times you get older, you start to lose friends or no. I think as you get older, you start to find out who your friends are and you get to make more of them. You get to see who's solid, people who stuck around throughout your life, people that you really fuck with. And then you really get to start building, especially if you're all of the same mindset. What's up, Big Seven Smokes? Just gave you a shout out too, big dog. So your proper friends, yeah, because you get to learn the meaning and the value of the word friend as you get older. See, as a kid, you're still pure. Everybody can be your friend then. There's so much trust between you and your classmates. I'm talking about, in a lot of situations. You're coming up, your kindergarten, your first grade, you know what I mean? Everybody's your friend then. And you're going through school, might start seeing some drama, might start taking certain sides because your friend might not like this person, blah, blah, blah. Might just start getting your own little, friend circle, whatever the case is. But then you start looking at things different. You go to work, you interact with people there, you see their coworkers, you got to start thinking different about how people are. People might move a certain way, and it's not like how you were when you were a kid, and it shell shocks you. You thought they were your friend, but you have to remember they're your coworkers. They just there to get money, just like you. You learn a line of separation. You learn boundaries. When you're a kid, it's still pure. Everybody's just trying to have a good time and go to recess, play. And I've asked it before, I'll ask it again. What happened to us over time? What was it? What happened to us? What is that thing that just now everything's different? What was it? And is it still plaguing you? Or have you overcome it? And again, that's one of the values of friendship. That's one of the great things about it, one of the benefits. When you can't tackle something on your own, whether it be physically or mentally, a friend is there. And sometimes those little things that you might do for a friend, you don't know how long of a way that goes, the impact that you might have. And it comes full circle. And it goes from, just wanting to go to recess and play fun games with each other and, you know, everybody just having a good time and wanting to get through class just so you could go play some more video games, some more games at recess, whatever the fuck. It goes from that to, hey, this life done got kind of real here. And when you get to be an adult, you start to see everybody just trying to figure out how to navigate through the water. And you see other people, they're swimming too. Everybody's in the same environment here. But sometimes you might need to link up with somebody else. And then it'll give you that motivation to keep going. You might be going through this path one way, looking at things one way, but another person's perspective might be able to open up new horizons for you. Just another person being the way they are might be able to help you process things different that might actually benefit you, teach you some things. Their life experience, their wisdom might be able to impact you in a way that'll change you into the person you're supposed to be over time. Because, bad situations or just tough situations, difficulties that you face in your life, they're not always just for you. Because the beauty of God is He puts people around you and in your life that are supposed to be there for you, like messengers, mouthpieces, those guardian angels. And, their character development through those tough situations might actually benefit you in your time by them turning out to being who they are, how they are, what they do, the way they move, everything. And vice versa. You're supposed to be that for them with your experiences, with what you do. That light that you have might give another person some hope where they didn't have it before. You know what I find crazy? He just said, I think society and all social media. Yeah, social media has a different take on things. And depending on your algorithm, uh, you see stuff that's going to make you feel a certain range of emotion, whether it's anger, relatability, just sadness, happiness, something to make you laugh. I've seen some where, they'll do a remix of a meme or a viral post of a couple, and it looks like they're loving each other and they have a healthy relationship. And then you'll look up the comments. It'll be people doing the Tyler the Creator hanging itself from that video. Um, it'll be people doing the, shooting themselves with the emojis. It'll be people just talking about how they should off themselves. And it's like, damn, that's the first comments we put when we see two people love each other, huh? We've gotten there. How many depressed people that are single are out there and they still haven't found each other because everybody hates each other because of the online and all the banter back and forth? How many people have fallen for that trap? That's part of the depopulation too. And I seen this thing and I thought it was a really, really good point. And I think it's something that a lot of people haven't thought about. Um, bro, all this stuff, all these industries that have popped up and have gotten so much attention recently have been industries that have a divisive message. And because I kind of don't give a fuck, I'm just gonna say it. Uh, because it's literally all over the place, especially with all these podcasts that's going on these days between, red pill and feminism fighting each other, symbolizing, man and woman fighting each other, and so many people that take everything that they say in these podcasts to heart and they use situations over time that exes have done to each other to hurt each other. 420, I was thinking about you today, man. I was getting ready to email you, bro. I hope you're doing well, bro. Welcome to the stream. Hold up. I got you. I got you 1 second there, Brody. There you go. Welcome back to the chat, man. But yes, these messages and these type of content, it's evolved into just a whole bunch of media and a whole bunch of shorts and a whole bunch of memes and a whole bunch of podcasts, just both sides pointing out the worst things about each other, and that's the only thing people can see now. They don't see the other side. They've been completely brainwashed, and it's taken effect, and I don't like it. Now, don't get me wrong, each and every person has been done wrong or has done wrong in somebody's eyes, in your eyes too, whether you was a player or you cheated or you did whatever the fuck, or you used the person, right? Or you led them on for a relationship, and you just, okay, well, fuck you now, I'm with this person. All of a sudden, everybody has gone through something with their exes, and it's like these platforms, they spend so much time posting things to make you hate the other side, and then the last thing that they talk about is people loving each other. The dating podcasts are to make you not want to date. That's the gag of it all. And every time you see one of these pop the balloons, what do? They all pop the balloons. There's some of the ones that that go good, right? But to go viral and to get more attention, you all need to pop the balloons, and people need to be like, "Oh, what's the at? What's the at? What's the at?" And everybody's so focused on, "Oh, red flag, red flag. What's the red flag? What's wrong with them?" Like, what happened to, hey, you know, I'm trying to find, my person. I'm trying to move forward. I'm trying to do good. I'm trying to be good, be peaceful. Why do people want to look for problems with each other? Why is that the media that you consume? Everything to be divisive, and the brainwashing has taken full effect. It's even in the music. It's in the music, and it has been for a while. It's not just now. It's not just now, just because we got the Cardi B's and the Sexy Reds and the Glorillas. It's not just because of them. We had the Lil Kims, the Trinas, but even with the dudes, it's always been fuck bitches, get money. And it's like, with the red pill thing versus feminism, it's like, well, back in the day, we was talking about, oh man, we try and get the hoes, man. We try and do this, we try and do that. And we trying to get the girls to do what they do. We trying to crack that joint, you feel me? But then at the same time, we're like, oh well, you all need to be pure before we get to you. But then you want to be able to smash. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people out here, and everybody's thinking the same thing. uh okay, so she's trying to smash like you trying to smash. All right, bet. But that's just gonna keep going on. And if that's all we're looking for, and you just trying to go to the next, then what? How is there going to be anybody pure left out here? And then for their side, it's like, well,
It's just like a transactional thing. And it's, oh, I don't need a man. And it's like, no, we need each other. Fuck are you doing? Four hands better than two. Two brains better than one. And so is two sides and two opinions. That's how you get the whole picture. The music used to be loving. People don't love each other no more. Everybody hates each other, down to the man and women level on that side. But then you go to the married TikTok, you go to married section, you go to where people actually love each other. It's completely different. It be the comments that be the ones that's like mostly agreeing, and then some people that's like, oh, I wish that was me. Where it's like, oh, I love doing this for my husband. Oh, I love doing stuff like this for my wife. When we look at these TikToks and all this, shorts and shit of all this stuff, we look at y'all like y'all crazy. And I grew up with my mom and my dad. Now, even though there's times that they arguing and don't like each other very much and they not happy with each other, not no infidelity, but just not seeing eye to eye on things. Um, I seen two people stick it out that love each other. I grew up like that. So when I see all this other shit, I'm like, bruh, y'all are so backwards. And the answer is right there in front of your face. And there's so many people that's single and depressed, not together. And what is keeping them away from people is they keep on ingesting these things online that make them think the worst things about the other side. That's why you got channels like mine to let you know, yeah, people still make sense out here. Shit still makes sense out here, guys. It's just the media that you're consuming that doesn't. Don't let that affect who you are. Don't do that. So I don't give a fuck what they talking about out here. Oh well, men are bad. This, man, this, all women, y'all just no. Why we not pointing out the good characteristics in one another? Why we ain't doing that? You know how amazing we both are. There's so many benefits to both genders. So many benefits to each and every race. The answer is literally right there, and a lot of people do think that way. Why don't we act like it? Why don't we talk like it? Why we gotta stay just, oh, but we're the most advanced state of human evolution. We have nukes. That's the problem. All that money on weapons and how to kill each other instead of focusing on how to actually make this a better place. It's a conditioning, guys. And they've done it slowly but surely. And it's taken effect in so many different ways. You just have to look out for what's what yourself. I don't know everything. I'm not sitting here trying to make it seem like I do, because
I'm just a humble reviewer, but I like to give my messages to how I see things. Because even though I don't think I know everything, my opinion matters just as much as anybody else's. And at some point, I know this is going to reach the right ears. Where's my light? So maybe I should keep this shit named the Farm Bill. They need to see this. All of it. So we're in completely different times nowadays. Stuff just not genuine anymore. Stuff hasn't been genuine in a while. And I feel like over periods of time, there was time periods where it was and wasn't, just back and forth. And I think a lot of people are tired of it being that way in a wide scale. Because it's like over the last decade for real. No, I'm sorry. Over the last 15 years, I will say. And I really do mean that. Over the last 15 plus, maybe a little bit more, 18 maybe. Uh, Shit just started wanting to be backwards out of nowhere. And people just started gravitated towards it being that way. Monkey see, monkey do. We had a nice little sweet spot, and then everybody started wanting to go another direction and justifying it being that way. And it's like at a ground level, you can talk a whole bunch of sense to people, and they'll be right there with you. And then when you get to a certain point, it's like there's a disconnect. At that point, I know you're still brainwashed because you can't connect the two things together. They got to you. They done got to you. So you just have to wait and see it on your own. And that goes in so many different categories. There's some people that I know that are still living a certain lifestyle. And it's like, bruh, you don't have to live like that no more. We got too much opportunity out here. You don't have to think like that. We literally have the great equalizer here. The internet has done so much for so many people, but it's created jobs or allowed for people to learn their craft in a much faster rate than they would, even if they didn't have the resources for schooling. It's allowed people to cultivate relationships with people in the right places to be able to further their lives if you use it correctly. We don't really have that same excuse anymore as to why we can't get ahead in this day and age, especially when there's people coming over here that don't know the language and they're thriving like shit. We don't have that anymore. And I said excuse because there were a whole bunch of us in a rougher period of time of racism that were doing extremely well, and we were together when shit was happening on a wide and mass scale all the time. And they were still in that economy and that environment, still able to find themselves a way to make it through. we have the internet now and a slew of other things. It's about decisions, and it's about really paying attention to what's around you. And with that being said, appreciate y'all coming on by, smoke some J's, talk some shit. I'm gonna get on out of here. I'll see y'all later, man. Peace.